This is R.D. Sharma Solution Class 12th we are taking. Probability chapter is there. Exercise is the fourth exercise. The odds against a certain event are 5 to 2 and the odds in favor of another event independent of the former are 6 to 5. Means odd against is given for first event and odds in favor is given for the second event. So there are two different things, odd against and odd in favor. Now this is the second event. Both the events, first and second event, are independent of each other. Find the probability at least one of the event will occur, none of the events will occur. Now one thing is very clear to us. It will make the question easier. The probability is the total number of favorable cases divided by total number of cases. That is, the total number of cases comes in the denominator and the favorable cases, that is, we are intending to find out an event, that what is the probability of this event, that will be favorable cases. So we are assuming here A as the first event. So 5 to 2, what does it mean? 5 to 2, odd against. We want the favorable case. The 2 will come in the numerator and 5 in the denominator. That is, in 7, 2 are our favorable cases. Odd against means, in English, that means the same. Coming to the second one, odds in favor. Odd in favor is 6 to 5. Now the question will arise that in odd against, we are writing 2 divided by 5 plus 2. Why aren't we writing 5 divided by 5 plus 6? This should come. But odds in favor, that is 6 is in our favor. In odd against, 2 is in our favor. In odd in favor, 6 is in our favor. The numerator will always contain the favorable event. So the first event will have 2 as the favorable cases. In the event number 2, 6 will be our favorable cases. The total cases will be addition of these two. The first case, it will be 5 plus 2, that will be 7. And in the second case, it will be 6 plus 5, which is going to be 11. So this is now clear to you. The first event probability is 2 by 7. Second one is 6 by 11. Let's come to the probability. At least one of the event will occur. Either A or B or both of them. We have to have at least one of them. So we are talking about A union B. P, A union B. It's PA plus PB. Now I want to write PA intersection B here. And I'm writing it. What is PA? We found out to be 2 by 7. PB comes out to be 6 by 11. How about PA intersection B? The question, it's being clearly told to us, informed to us that these are independent events. It will be PA multiplied by PB, 2 by 7 multiplied by 6 by 11. So the final result or final value will be 52 by 77. Now coming to the second one, none of the events will occur. Either A or B or A or B, we are saying these are at least one of the event. None of the events will be 1. Just subtract the first one from 1. PA union B plus PA union B bar. This is equal to 1. Actually, I'm saying happening of an event and not happening of an event, if you combine them, it will be 1. PA union B and PA union B bar or complement is equal to 1. This goes like this. PA plus PA bar is 1. We have already known about that. Same thing here. The none of the event will occur will come from at least one of the event will occur. If you just subtract it from 1, because at least one of the event and none of the event, if you combine them, it will be the total probability of those events. So we are interested in PA union B bar, which is going to be 1 minus PA union B, and this is going to be 1 minus 52 by 77, and this gives you 25 by 77. This is your answer. So this is how you are going to go about it. The writing stuff, odd against and odd in favor, is the key of this question. So it was a good question, because if there is a problem in making the probability, 5 by 7, 6 by 11, problem is there. Or 2 by 7 or 5 by 11, the problem is there. So you need to write the probability properly. A die is thrown thrice. Find the probability of getting an odd number at least once. So I am saying a die is being thrown. When you throw a die, 1 to 6 numbers can appear. I'm just writing for the sake of explanation only. If you know how to write it, you can go ahead. Now, how many even numbers are there? 2, 4, and 6. So in all, there are 3 even numbers. What numbers are odd? 1, 3, and 5. So in all, there are 3 odd numbers. Find the probability of getting an odd number at least once. So there are 3 die. 1 to 6 can come in each of the die. But what about odd number in one of them? If it would have been even, the result or the solution will be same. So in all, there are 6 possibilities. Odd number possibilities is 3. So half is the possibility of or probability of getting an odd number in one die. So we are talking about 3 dice here. First die, second die, third die. The probability of getting an odd in first die is half. All these 3 events are independent of each other. The probability of getting odd in second is half and third is also half, 1 by 2. Now what about at least once? That is either A or B or C, AB or BC or AC or ABC. So ABC is the formula which contains PA plus PB plus PC. Then you have to subtract the intersection part, which is going to be A intersection B, B intersection C, and A intersection C. So I'm writing it now, but this has to be subtracted. There is a negative sign in front of it. PA intersection B, PA intersection C, and PB intersection C. Now one more thing needs to be added, which is the intersection of these 3. So PA intersection B intersection C has to be added. This is the whole formula. What is PA? Half. PB, PC also half. PA intersection B intersection C. Now this PA intersection B, P intersection C, PB intersection C. Whenever we are talking about intersection, these events are independent of each other. So how does this PA intersection B intersection C has come half into half into half? I did write it. And how about PA intersection B? I'm saying it is half and half. Can you figure out the explanation for this? PA intersection C is again half into half. PB intersection C is again half into half. The question will be in your mind that how can this be half into half for A intersection B and for other 2 also? And how about A intersection B intersection C? See, P intersection B, because A and B are independent, it will be PA into PB. This will be half into half. So PA intersection B is half into half, PA intersection C is half into half, PB intersection is PB into PC, that is why P half into half. How about this last one? PA intersection B intersection C. So this will be independent even, PA multiplied by PB multiplied by PC. Half into half into half. So that's why I'm writing half into half into half. Half is the probability of getting an odd number. So when you compute this will come up as 7 by 8. So this is how we are going to go about it. The most important is this formula or the equation which we have discussed when we were discussing the theory. 2 balls are drawn at random with replacement from a box containing 10 black and 8 red balls. Find the probability that both balls are red. First ball is black and second is red. One of them is black and other is red. Now replacement is there. Whenever you encounter replacement, that is, these are independent events. Whenever replacement is not done, these are dependent events. 2 balls are there. 10 plus 8, that means 18 balls. 2 are being taken, so 18C2. This is the combination you need to make. Now making a sample space of this question will be tedious. But there are certain things which are already being given, which we can utilize directly. Total balls are how many? Let me make a sack or a box in which these 18 black balls and 8 red balls are contained. So in all we have 18 total balls. Again, consisting of 8 red and 10 black. So the sample space, the number of elements will be 18. Total balls are 18. Probability, let's check one by one. First ball is red. Both balls are coming as red. So let's call that first is red, then second is red, then first is black, second is black. These are all the options which we have in order to come to some conclusion when we solve this question. So the first one is the first ball is red. How many reds are there? 8. Total numbers are 18. 8 by 18. Next, the probability second ball is red. When we pick the ball, and since the replacement is done, we are again getting 18 balls. So the probability remains the same. 8 are red, so 8 are favorable cases. 8 plus 10 are 18, which are total number of cases. So 8 by 18 is what we are getting. Now, probability of getting first ball as black. How many balls are there? Again 18. And how many blacks are there? 10 are there. So we write 10 by 18. And this goes similar for the second ball, which is being drawn and found to be black. Since these are independent events, again we have 18 balls at our disposal and black are 10. 10 by 18. Now coming to the first one, which is the probability. Both balls are red. Now let's call these as A, B, C, D, because this is what is the traditional way of doing this kind of questions, probability. Both balls are red. So A intersection B, B intersection A, same thing. These are independent even. So we are talking about both balls are red. So A intersection B, PA into PB, PA is 8 by 18, PB is 8 by 18. So you get 4 by 9 and 4 by 9. 4 4s are 16, 9 9s are 81. So when you cancel this out or simplify it, it's going to be 16 by 81. So this is the result of the first one. Coming to the second one. First ball is black and second is red. Now first ball is black is A here. So probability of A intersection of second is red. Second is red is B. No, first ball is black. I'm so sorry. First ball is black. So C intersection A or A intersection C we need to compute. C intersection A and A intersection C remains same. Alright. Again, I did a mistake. It's PC intersection B because C is the first ball is black and B is the second is red. So I'm changing again my statement. It's PC into PB. PC is 10 by 18. PB is 8 by 18. This gives you 20 by 81. Now this becomes very important for the third part. Why it becomes important for the third part? The third part says one of them is black and the other is red. It is not specifying the first one or the second one. It's just saying one of them should be black and the other should be red. So it can be black, red and red, black. So we are actually adding two probabilities. What is the first black? It's this time I'll not make mistake. It's PC intersection B because the first is black and second is red. Now first is red and second is black. That is A intersection B. So PC multiplied by PB plus PA multiplied by PD. What is PC? It's 10 by 18. What is PB? It's 8 by 18. So I'm referring to the previous question because PA is coming as 8 by 18 and PD will be 10 by 18. So these two terms are similar. 8 by 18 is here, 10 by 18 is here. So you can just cancel one of them and multiply it by 2. But when you refer to the previous question, it was that only. So you have just to multiply 20 by 81 with 2. So it will be 40 by 81. Alright, I hope you will forgive me for the mistake I committed. And this is how this question will be done. This was a good question. Alright, now this is how you're going to do it. And this is the reference for you. You can try it one more time because this is again a good question. An urn contains 4 red and 7 black balls. Urn is a kind of a box only. Container you can see. 4 red balls and 7 black balls. 2 balls are drawn at random with replacement. That means these are independent events. Replacement means that only. Find the probability of getting 2 red balls. First red, second red. Alright. So probability of getting red we have to find out and just multiply these two because these two are independent events. So this is actually about probability of 2 red balls. There is probability of first red ball multiplied by probability of second red ball. I multiplied it directly because I know that you have already intimated that for an independent events, the multiplication of 2 separate events will give you the probability. So we are calling PA as the first red, PB as the second red. Probability of getting the first red, because the replacement is being done, first will be 4 plus 7 is 11, and there are 4 red balls, one can be picked up, so 4 is our favorable cases. PB is total number of 11 cases. Second red, again we have 4 red with us. So the first red ball, that is, we are actually doing PA multiplied by PB only. So actually PA intersection B we are finding out. The first red and the second red. So PA intersection B, since these are independent events, it's PA multiplied by PB. PA is a first red, PB is second red. PA we found out to be 4 by 11, PB as 4 by 11. 4 fours are 16 in the numerator, 11 into 11 is 121, and this goes your result. So it was a friendly question, and if you are meticulous, this question will be very easy for you. This we are going to deal in the next section. Thank you so much. Have a good one.